A little cord hanging down.
And all the way there, I decided this would be a commercial that called for the character that Burgess Meredith played.
Oh, of course.
As the fight manager.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You could have been somebody.
Oh, I see.
And I used that voice.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what they wanted, but
you made a choice.
I made a choice.
You made a good choice.
And I was in character, and they were behind time, and I was staying in character because that was the biggest thing for me. These quick call audition things. You'd get a call at 3 p.m. to be there at 10 o'clock the next morning.
Right.
Commercials were just not very fulfilling. And if I had a day or two to think about it and develop something, that's when I did better. And so that's when I borrowed your Groucho coat, and I'm driving my little, whatever I was driving at the time, down to the audition and talking like Burgess Meredith while I drove. Oh, and I had a cigarette with a thing.
Cigarette holder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I could, and I pull up to a stop sign, and the lady is looking at me, and I said, okay, whatever. and I stayed in that character because I liked it. I was really feeling it.
Yeah.
And I checked in, and it was going to be a half an hour or more. So I didn't want to lose the character, but I didn't want to make a fool out of myself.
Thank you so much.
So I was out in the hallway, and I asked somebody, is there a bathroom? She said, yes, upstairs. One floor up is the ladies, 2 floors up is the men's. Stairs.
Oh, right.
Walking up and down the stairs, and this beautiful young woman comes out, and I am way gone.
Nice.
And she says, she's having trouble with the door, and so I help her. And she says, oh, thank you, no problem, lady, and whatever. And she says, do you know where the bathrooms are? I said, yes. Walk this way. And I escorted her up the stairs, and I said, don't worry, I'm not going in. I'll make sure nobody else does. And I was just ripping.
In
character.
Nice.
So I come in.
Perfect way to prepare.
And she is sitting at the audition table.
Oh, she's one of the producers.
Yes. And she's sitting next to the director.
Nice.
And when I walk in, I see her go. And I don't know what I did, or I don't remember the audition. That's all I remember about is, and I had the part.
Awesome.
I had to, and there were a crew from England, and they had to fit me up with my oversized belly
right.
for Batman-like, penguin-like, and that was.
And that's the name of that story.
That was the one that Sandra decided to come to with Jordan, and he got to watch me turn into the penguin, and they had lights outside of City Hall because we can't possibly. Robin comes to Batman in the Batcave.
What was the product? It was a Toyota?
It was Metro, the Geo Metro.
The Geo Metro.
And my only line in the whole thing was, and then Batman and Robin.
Curses, right? Didn't you say?
Curses, Batman. That was it. And so, as I'm getting my makeup done and my costume, I'm starting to really feel the part because I was there and I didn't know what to do. And they had me in a honey trailer all by myself.
Cool.
They spent money on this commercial. It turns out they brought in a beautiful Metro for Batman and Robin to get in, and they had it in a burgundy color, which you couldn't see in the Batcave.
Oh.
So overnight, they paid $10,000 to have the car painted silver. They were throwing money. This was the deal. And so the lines was they'd get a call, da 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 da, da, and up would spin a newspaper with me on it,
Nice.
and Batman is seen at City Hall or something, and Robin comes into Batman. We've got a call downtown. Oh, but look at the traffic. We'll never get the Batmobile through this
Traffic.
traffic. And they look at each other and they go, at the same time, the Metro. And they're driving, and all they did was pull in.
Yeah.
And
Don't
as
they
they're
arrest
pulling
you
in,
at the end?
I'm coming out like
Yes.
I've gotten something, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're there and I'm coming down the steps, and 3, 4 different shots of coming down the steps, my feet on the steps, and then stop right there, Penguin. Curses Batman. He picks me up and they take me away, and that was it. And it was all night, overnight, in front of Los Angeles City Hall.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was old-fashioned, and that was the second job I had. Where the first job was the Coke commercial, where I was cast as the head of NASA sending another rocket up to the moon.
Nice.
They had these different vignettes of boxers and how he was beaten up and looked like he was losing, and he took a big swig of Coke and got up and he was refreshed. So it was all different vignettes. And that one, it was maybe, I was on camera for 10 seconds, and half the time I wasn't even facing the camera. Things like that, and checking off, and the rocket is going up, and I turned to somebody, and I had no lines. But that got, one of those 3 got me my SAG card.
Well, you were a principal on camera, so even though you had no lines.
I was like, whatever.
Wow.
Which was the first?
Good story.
Kerosene planets.
What's the matter, Batman?
It's rush hour in Gotham City and the Batmobile is big.
You mean...
Yes, Robin, the Metro.
Jumping Jehoshaphat. You weren't kidding about the traffic, Batman.
Yep, lucky we've got the Metro.
This little flyer sure is great for these city streets, Batman.
And we're gonna make it to City Hall in plenty of time. Whoa! Curses, Batman! Got you, Penguin.
When you've got to pick up a penguin, Metro gets you going.